Fox has a problem, but the bigger problem might be for Trump. There's something under the hood at Fox News, and it's making noises that tell you something's not right.
But basically, everyone who is defending Donald Trump in this, from Kevin O'Leary to some folks here, is saying it is okay to falsify your business records, to issue false financial statements, to commit conspiracy for insurance fraud.
After ponying up close to $1 billion for the voting machine debacle, where they allowed Tucker, Hannity, and the other crazies to lie about Smartmatic throwing the election to Biden, Fox News bit the bullet and fired Tucker. My guess is they hope that catapulting that bow-tied bottom boy might somehow make them less Trumpy to viewers who graduated junior high, but it's not working. Half of Fox is still insane. Hannity, Judge Jeannie, Bartiromo, Jesse Waters, and a few vapid Botox faces represent their Kid Rock base. Republicans still living in Joe McCarthy's basement, praying for subservient women, blacks who know their place, and a statue of Jesus in every living room. But some at Fox are pushing back.
Look, think of what the Republicans are doing, for example, Kevin, on the border issue. They said that they wouldn't pass aid to Ukraine and other places unless there was action on the border. So the Senate produced a bill negotiated by one of its most conservative Republican members on the border, which had some defects in it, as compromise measures always do. Mm-hmm. And it was nonetheless the strongest border protection bill that I've seen in my time in Washington. And the House simply announced it was not going to take it up, so it failed even in the Senate.
There's a show called The Five, which refers to the number of co-hosts and not the intellectual age of the audience. Well, I think so. They invited Jessica Tarlov, a Democratic strategist, to join the discussion, and every time she opens her mouth, she buries them.
So, since Donald Trump ran the first time, he has been making this argument: if they could do this to me, they could do this to you. The average person is not inflating their wealth by $800 million to $2.2 billion. They're not sexually assaulting women. They're not storing classified documents in the toilet.
Now, of course, they try to talk over her.
Mar-a-Lago, you remember the documents?
Let's focus on this case. We can do a lot.
You always do that.
No, Jessica, you're doing a laundry list.
But her points are strong, lucid, and basically reasonable.
When he goes out there,
where's the fraud?
The fraud is, and David Brooks lays this out really nicely. He was on a weekend show. He says you can't have three sets of books. You can't have the books for the bankers, so that's Deutsche Bank, who, is happy with all this. Then you have your IRS books, and we know that you're supposed to tell the IRS the truth. And then you have a set of books with the real numbers, I guess, which is what Alan Weisselberg had.
But
Donald Trump continually.
There were three sets of books. Where do you get that from? Where do you get that from?
That's part of what Judge had said that he present. Oh, because he's a lunatic, it means it didn't exist.
Yeah, this is Donald a judge Trump who decides cases based on emotion.
Okay, I think emotion is hot at the table, and it is not emanating from me. So.
Trump's fraud trial in New York isn't hard to understand. He lied about the value of his properties to make money. He lied to banks, inflating their value as collateral to get more money from loans, and lied to New York, underestimating their value to save taxes. Of course, idiots like Sean Hannity made this case.
All right, let's bring in Sean Hannity to react to all of this. Sean, what's your reaction to what they're doing to Donald Trump here in New York?
This is the most outrageous case I think I've ever seen in my life. It is irrelevant whatever valuations the Trump organization put on their properties. And by the way, they were definitely more within lines than what the judge determined. That would be irrelevant. Any lending institution, any insurance company, they have a fiduciary responsibility to determine the valuation themselves.
That is truly an awesome clip. Hannity blaming the banks for not stopping Trump from committing multiple felonies. Something is afoot at Fox. You can't have it both ways, and they know it. You can't preach strength and honor while genuflecting before this aberrant pustule decorated in orange paint and hairspray. No, the other picture. Okay, no, the other one. Oh, either one. Doesn't matter. The last few years, hosts and guests have made strong arguments questioning, if not Trump himself, his weak acolytes attacking Hunter Biden.
And your party, the Republican investigators, say that that's proof of influence peddling by Hunter and James. But that's just your suggestion. You don't actually have any facts to that point. You've got some circumstantial evidence. And the other thing is, of all those names, the one person who didn't profit is there's no evidence that Joe Biden did anything illegally.
Ducey has done this before. Maybe it's because his son is in the crosshairs of Biden and all the others in the White House pool.
Biden, something the special counsel said in his report is that one of the reasons you were not charged is because, in his description, you are a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. I don't need his recommendation. It's totally out.
How bad is your memory, and can you continue as president?
My memory is so bad, I let you speak.
And Tarlov points out to Trump viewers what everyone outside this insulated insanity knows, that Trump has never cared about the Fox audience, the Republican Party, or anyone for that matter.
Since Donald Trump ran the first time, he has been making this argument, if they could do this to me, they could do this to you.
Even Maria Bartiromo pushed back on Trump's transparent attack on the bipartisan border bill, which was exactly what Republicans had begged for time and time again. Fox is attacking Trump, and the question is it ideological or simply for the money? Fox jettisoned Rudy and the Pillow Guy because of the Smartmatic lawsuit, but the 2024 election promises even more of the same from Trump. Can Fox afford another $1 billion when Jesse Waters or Ingram or Hannity start the latest version of the big lie? Perhaps the best opportunity for Fox to come back to the middle, and that means normal Cheney-Kinzinger-esque Republicans, is the border bill. This could be an opportunity for Fox. The Mike Johnson-led attack on the border bill, based on the open admission that Republicans opposed a bill that was exactly what they asked for, solely on the admission that it hurt Trump politically, gives Democrats and Fox an opportunity to distance themselves from this.
On day one of my new administration, I will seal the border and I will shut down the invasion of millions of people that are coming through into our country.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
From Shepard Smith to Chris Wallace to Judge Napolitano to Jessica Tarlov, there have been voices inside the network that speak to righting the ship. But that will be tremendously difficult. Fox and their hosts are testing the waters, unsure of what to expect. Here's their coverage of Nikki Haley, which must infuriate Trump.
We are now less than a week away from the South Carolina Republican primary. Former President Trump and Nikki Haley is stepping up their attacks as they prepare to face off in the Palmetto State. Here is what Haley had to say about Trump's legal troubles during a Fox News town hall last night.
The problem is, this is someone we're talking about could win the Republican nomination. And he's going to be in court March and April, May and June. He, by his own words, said he's going to be spending more time in court than he is on the campaign trail. That's a problem. Republicans will not win if Donald Trump is the nominee.
In a lot of ways, Haley and Trump face the same obstacles, standing up to tiny fingers and speaking truth to sociopathy. It has consequences. Win and you capture the millions of Republicans and independents who eschew Trump's hateful rhetoric and long for the days of simple fiscal conservatism. Lose, however, and your life and career hang in the balance. Will Fox continue to attack Trump and his followers at the risk of losing an audience to competitors? Or will the Republican Party reach into their shorts and rediscover their balls? The courage to choose country over insanity? Follow, like, and hit notifications and help us at Really American keep the heat on the right-wing media and the Republicans lie for profit. Let us know what you think. For Really American, I'm Chip Franklin.
Who's with me?